Rigel Canturus, otherwise known as. Asteroid B is around here somewhere, I'm reasonably sure. I think it's about as far out as Saturn. Oh, there it is. So it's not going to be too bright. I assume that's it. It's on an orbit after all. It might be a planet. I genuinely don't know, or indeed care enough to find out. Excuse me, I'm here because I'm ill. So our destination is Hutton Orbital around Proxima Centauri, which is that far away. And that's about it, really. Yeah, about an hour and a half apparently. So you're stuck with me, or not, as the case might be. It's not going to be a great deal to this one. I just felt a sudden painful need to do the longest, most pointless trip in the entire game, in a little red bus. I quite like it. I would probably like it more if its engines had holes in, so the fuel could get out. I suppose you can't really see it. We'll come back to that later, but there's something's gone very odd on the front of this ship. I don't pretend to understand it. Is Proxima even visible yet? Oh, there's that little red dot. Apparently our eyes in the distant space future are more sensitive, or I have a very adaptive cockpit. That's fine too. Actually, what I am going to do in flight is I'm going to turn this in-game music off. And I'm going to turn on... I don't know if this will pick up, to be honest. I kind of hope it does. We'll find out. Whatever. Yes, it's the Longest Journey soundtrack, a game I haven't played in many years, and would probably not enjoy these days because it's going to look rather old. Good grief, the star's gone missing. Oh, we're already that far out. Okay. Wow. I might turn that down. I don't know how loud it is on there, because obviously I can't listen to this without us ending up in a recursive nightmare. Still, I hope I brought enough fuel. How much fuel do I have? I'm burning out 2 tons an hour. That should be fine. Also, I don't really know how to check this. Oh, don't know why I'd ever turn that down. Nice to have the option. No, Oh well. I'm sure I'll find out. We're just gonna cruise on out there, I suppose. Yeah. Stream quality still a little bit iffy. It's improved over last time I was streaming. It might be because literally nothing is happening. See if we can bugger that while it's in motion. Maybe turn this up, I wonder. It's still not stunning, is it? Might change some of these graphic settings. Actually, that seems to have improved it slightly over there. Okay, well, let's find out if we can improve our bitrate. This is gonna be some truly fine. So this is gonna be some truly fine gameplay experience right here. So we might suddenly lose bitrate slightly while I run a speed test. In the meantime, what do we know about Hutton Orbital? It is a space station. It's a good rate this ship's out here. Yes, it's shocking enough. It is a space station located orbiting Proxima Centauri, nearly 7 million light seconds out. It's technically speaking, I suppose, the closest space station to Sol. So that's nice. Owned by the Hutton truckers, who appear to be a relatively decent bunch of chaps. They have famous mugs, after all. We might even pick up a Hutton mug while we're there. Assuming my bottle ship can land there. I'm pretty sure the Dolphin can. This Dolphin is small. Okay, yeah, I can probably crank that bit right up a couple of notches. Where's my OBS setting? There we go. Right, let's watch this quality suddenly shoot up. Or not, just in case maybe. I've generally no idea how this works. I'm kind of just improvising as I go along. Centauri is notable as one of the smallest stars in the sky. Not a big one at all. It is in fact astronomically tiny. It's slightly larger than Jupiter. Ah, that's not bad. Ah, it's a particularly tolerable bit right now. I think we're alright in terms of stream, but I honestly don't know. Oh, this music's definitely going places, isn't it? Yes, it's estimated lifespan about 1 trillion years, at least. So if you want to get some property that's not going to go anywhere anytime soon, put it around Proxima Centauri. Actually, didn't I read recently there might be a planet around it? Proxima Centauri, which I've always spelled incorrectly. Ah, yes indeed, apparently it is a... I think there is a potential planet orbiting Proxima Centauri b. Well, Proxima Centauri, named Proxima Centauri b. At 0.005 AU. Probably doesn't have much atmosphere left because it's so close to the star. Yes, maybe be a super Earth? Huh. I don't know how it compares to the planet in here. Let's have a look. So Planet Eden here is smaller than the potential Proxima Centauri b, as it turns out, at 0.6 from Earth mass. Bloody bloody blah 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 blah. That orbit's about the same distance. Oh, the more you know. The period of B is 11.2 Earth days. This is 31, so it's a bit further out. Huh. Air pressure of 2,200 atmospheres. Now I'm no expert, but that just sounds like the 99.9% water atmosphere is just an ocean. Yeah, oh, it would be if it wasn't vapor. Yeah, okay. Odd. Oh, we've gone 0.01 of a light year. Fantastic. First thing is, we're still beating the Starship Enterprise in terms of speed. We don't make out any constellations while we're here. Most should be pretty much the same. See, that there is Orion with Barnard's Loop. It's kind of a pain to work out. Ah, there we go. There's Pictures in that corner. There's Rigel down there. There's the three across. The last one's particularly faint. Okay, so now we can orient ourselves in space. He says. And what I'm actually looking for is Cassiopeia. So that's going to be Taurus there. So those are the Pleiades. There's Andromeda. I don't really know what this stuff flying past me is. I'm gonna get hit by it, whatever it is. Basically I'm looking for the sun, so I'm going to plot my route via Dead Reckoning. Answer is no. Actually, that's interesting. Where's Andromeda gone? So yes, there's Andromeda there. Splodge in the centre. Down here there's Triangulum. A smaller spiral. Up here somewhere, just passed by, there's another one. Oh, there it is. How visible it is. Under the red star somewhere in the centre, the faint red star in the centre of the screen, there's another galaxy. Don't know what that is. Can't work out by where it is in the sky. Nope, we've got another 0.1 of a light year. Fantastic. Where is Sol from here? Let's not accidentally jump there, but where is it? Oh, there it is. Home sweet home. I suppose technically we can see our house from here. What blue nebula over there is? Oh no, it's the Pleiades again. The bluest of nebulae. Yeah, I really want to know what this stuff is. They're just like the old drive is just turning space to soup around us. So it's a good explanation as any. Oh, let's just take a nice shot of that. Oh, alright. I can keep talking before I go completely mad. This looks like a homeworld now. I like. I have a message. Civil War salvage mission. Not really worth my time, although arguably neither is this. Giant dinosaurs. So I like the fact that there's a lot of people who just talk about the realism of this game. This is this is the same game that has dinosaurs and a planet covered in Guardians of Forever, if you like Star Trek. I'm not sure how you can successfully hide the location of a system. I mean, it's pretty obvious, surely. Lost a planet, the Pilots Federation have. It's actually a surprisingly apt musical thing to consider. Yep, still just a straight line. Getting closer. Let's still, fundamentally speaking, travelling in a straight line. Oops, something went fizzle pop there. Yeah, something's gone very wrong here. This isn't me actually doing anything in particular I'll get in front here. Elite rather. Getting close there. It's all very dramatic music. What else do we have out here? Actually, I need to roll the ship. One thing I did spot on the Dolphin, which I don't like, it only has two thrusters on the bottom, the wingtip thrusters, to keep it in the air, which is kind of weird. And this thing on the bottom isn't lined up with the centre of the bloody box. It annoys me. That should be in the middle. The two on the top are in the middle. No, the other one, no. So I'd like it if that was slightly more flush, the cargo hatch, but we can't all have everything. Doing well to spot the fact the radiators here are on outriggers. I have a hole in the side of my ship. Two, in fact. No text, and some of the ships have all kinds of don't stand here sort of text written over them. These don't seem to care, and even these glowing radiators are at multiple thousands of degrees. A red light on that side. And a white light on this side. How very odd. That's not even starboard. That's not even port, rather. Also, I have no idea where my cockpit is. Because it doesn't seem to line up with any of the windows out here. Weirds me out. I quite like the smooth blending of the retros there. You expect the spotlights on the bottom. I suppose that's where passengers get in and out. It says bugger all other doors out here. Oh, there's my flashlights. It's good for lighting up the space in front of me. Ah, I can't do Morse code. I only pulse on off very slowly. Disappointing at best. Oh, that's about 15 seconds out of delay between here and the stream. Should we have to find out once it takes out 53? About 17 seconds delay, okay. I was expecting a more rounded number. Some red on either side, which suggests we're on near the wing. I wasn't lying when I said this was going to be a slow. This was going to be a slow journey. Oh, excuse me. People say that the league entry doesn't have enough to do. Oh yeah, it's I would argue it's a good way to spend time. Although I probably wouldn't recommend doing a Hutton Orbital run on a regular basis, because you would go completely mad. Absolutely mad. I get to 11, I'll have to turn around and see if I actually see anything behind me still. Because, shockingly, being about a tenth of a light year out, most stars are fairly hard to spot. Yeah, there they are, there's that bright patch over there. My paintwork's doing. Oh, this looks fairly intact. It's a bit scuffed. That'll be quite fun to see when it arrives. Yeah, it's looking a lot less white than it did. They're getting some scuffing. Awesome. I really do enjoy this new camera, or the relatively new camera. So much better than the old motion sickness cam. He says. So maybe it's Proxima getting brighter. I hope so. Well, still accelerating, which is always a good sign. So that is up there then. Oh, it's the plough. It's the plough, isn't it? It's the handle. Oh, there's the handle. There's the bowl. So there's the front of the bear. There's a leg. There's the other leg. All right. I like it when I actually make out constellations in space. So I haven't quite made out the Cassiopeia one, but so it's because the coloration is different. Because I think that is the W of Cassiopeia. So there's an extra star there because the sun is in. No, there it is. So it goes bright star in the middle, down, up, down, up, and then there should be Sol is that one there in the corner. I can do space travel, me. Interesting cluster over there, might be worth a look at in future. Trying to get completely lost in space. So that's definitely something there. Oh, and there's the core. Been there. It's alright. But I wouldn't stay. Oh, there's Alpha and Beta down there. Oh, we must be nearly halfway by now. Nope, no, we're nowhere near halfway. Fantastic. Isn't this just the most thrilling experience you've encountered? Some fire extinguishers back here. That's always quite nice to have. I presume this fire extinguisher might just be my thermos full of coffee. So I'm probably going to need it. Nearly halfway. That's fantastic. There's only so many times I can stare at the unimaginable blackness of space. Surprisingly colourful blackness of space, as it turns out. I hope I brought a ship that can actually land at my destination. So the core's quite a nice little place to visit. It goes a bit funny if you look down though, it's near the black line. Weird. Yeah, out here near the sun, it's all fairly dull. Well, it's only unimaginable interestingness and beauty, but relatively distant stars over there. They're so close you can actually drive between them, like I'm admittedly doing now. It's getting closer. I mean, it's getting closer at an unimaginable rate. It's still taking half an hour to get there, so that's nice. Yeah, this is the longest and most pointless trip in all of Elite Dangerous. I've threatened to do it on occasion, so I thought I'd do it and then drag some people with me to make my life slightly easier. Still have fuel, that's always a plus. I'm safe, that's good. Right, for perspective, our destination is 6,700,000 from Alpha Centauri A. We're currently 2,800,000 from Alpha Centauri A. I'm going literally as fast as I can. We're actually beating the Starship Enterprise. We're actually beating Warp 9 if we borrowed the Starship Enterprise. God, life in Star Trek must suck. 90% of your journey is this. That really bugs me. I think we need holes in my exhausts. Yep, scuffing continues. It used to be pure white. It looks like we're getting dinged a bit, which is good. There are some consequences to space travel. The music, if it's actually coming through on the stream, is the Longest Journey soundtrack, which seemed appropriate. Or perhaps inappropriate. It's been like 50-50 so far. What was that? Did I see a line? I did. Oh, well there's some scenery for you. We've gained a line that changes when I turn my head. Fantastic. There'd be something over there is all I'm saying. We've got a planet and a space station. Doesn't offer a shipyard, which is a shame. I can get my hands on all sorts of gubbins there, though mostly bauxite if I need to make some aluminium while travelling. And tuning in case I need to start singing. Don't think I will start singing, though given how long this journey is and the level of space madness, I make no promises. Oh, we can lie on both sides now. I think we're getting close enough that we can work out where the orbits are. So let's have a look at Proxima Centauri. It is, unsurprisingly, a red dwarf, discovered in 1915, closest star to the Sun, hence the name. Also completely invisible from Earth, at least to the naked eye, by about 1,000,000 times. So 8 to the Sun's mass, it is just a really, really tiny star. M6, apparently, which is a very, very small star indeed. It does, in fact, have a planet, probably. Unfortunately, due to the methods we used to discover it, it might not. But it probably does. Occasionally it does giant solar flares, so it's not even a planet you can live on. It'll just be incinerated. Or rendered distinctly unpleasant. It's about the size of Jupiter. Weighs a lot more, but it's about the size of Jupiter. One and a half sizes of Jupiter, in fact. Well, apparently it'll live for about 4 trillion years, so really good real estate if you enjoy stuff that's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Oh, we're halfway. We've hit the halfway point at 11 light years. 0.11 light year, I do apologise. Yep, we've passed the halfway point. Astounding. I'm now being counselled to abandon this mad venture of driving a straight line. Oh, this is nice. That's very, very celestial music. I'll appreciate that. I figure some of the music from The Longest Journey really isn't going to fit. Yeah, definitely can slightly scuzzier. Turn the ship around to look more closely. Yeah, the paint's starting to degrade as well. Yeah, I was actually having my paint chipped off by the, well, presumably where that stuff is that's flying past me at such a rate. We're gonna look a tad dinged when we get to the other end. Oh, we're down to, we're now measuring light seconds. The best thing is, there's going to be literally nothing of any interest when I get there. This is the most pointless journey in the entire game. If I headed over there to Sol, wherever Sol happens to be, I think it's over there somewhere, I could at least go and visit the Voyager space probes, which are about this far out. But at least there's something there. It is, I'm going to land, and then have to fly back. This is like desert bus for spaceships. In fact, I would watch Desert Bus for spaceships. There are people here who are watching Desert Bus for spaceships. You strange people. Oh, apparently at present, Proxima Centauri is about as far away as it gets from the Alpha Centauri pair. Not that it gets particularly close. So if I miss this, I'm going to be quite gutted. Actually, what nebula there are out here? What's the nearest decent nebula I can visit when I'm done with this nonsense? Visit the sun? Oh, it's probably the Pleiades, isn't it? I've been there. Been to Cul-de-sac as well. I went to California on the way out. Can't visit those, they're locked off. What's that? That's bright. You. Ooh, it's an O star. That's worth a visit. Gonna go see that at some point. Not gonna lie. Let me know if this music is too loud, or even if it's even playing, to be honest. I'm listening to some quite pleasant music, but I don't know if it's going to film the stream, because if I started listening to the stream, we'd end up in raw chaos, as basically all reality is rent asunder as I start recursing it to infinity. Longest Journey soundtrack. It seemed appropriate, though I think I'm actually going to run out of soundtrack before I actually get to Hutton. Well, that's going to be close. Go for Super Metroid, though. Metroid? Metroid. Look at how weirdly scaled these cockpits are. I reckon that fire extinguisher is about the size of a log, and in fact about 90 feet away. I need to get a VR hat so I can explore my cockpit appropriately. So I know that my feet are actually in front of that console. I still have no idea where my cockpit is on this ship. I've got this very distinctive side window here, which doesn't appear to be on the outside of the ship. I don't get it. Where's my cockpit? Why is this one light red when all the others are white? Why doesn't that shield booster fit in its slot? Why am I flying to Hutton Orbital? Why am I flying to Hutton Orbital? All these questions and no more will not be answered, and this FDev can tell me why we have just random stuff going on. Still, on the grand scheme of things, we're nearly there. Nearly there. I think what, 6,700,000 out? Yeah. 6,700,000 out. Yeah, we're positively close. Full period, 368 million days. Or about a million years. That seems a bit long. So that, I wonder if oh, okay. Apparently, according to Wikipedia, that well-known unbiased article of absolute truth, expected period about 547,000 years, give or take about 5,000 either way. Still, a forge might be a bit inaccurate. Perish the thought. Excuse me. I'm glad it seems to be coming out at a slightly higher res than it was last time. Eventually half the stream has been me trying to actually make this look slightly presentable. So be glad you missed the first half. Let's get back to the old motion sickness camera. Okay, so that's not really helped. Now I've started moving, it's starting to get a bit fuzzy again. Fantastic. Yeah, but it's not too bad. I don't actually have an auto docker, so I can't actually get the a full-blown blue Danube while I'm out here. So, what is that stuff flying past me? I wish I knew. Apparently, if you want to save yourself some time, if you come back to Alpha Centauri in about 280,000 years, this will only be about 4,000 AU out. I'm too lazy to do the maths. About 2 million light seconds out. So it would only be a journey of well, what's to come, in fact. So that's nice. Ooh, this is ominous music. Fantastic. Well, in 26,700 years, Alpha Centauri will be a mere 3.11 light years from us. Well, I'm willing to give it a try, but I've never actually worked out how to overlay things in OBS because I've never really needed it. No wonder. Oh. There we go. There is a Tom Baker who's miraculously appeared on screen. I've no idea how to move that around. And now, just like that, he's going to mysteriously disappear. Never actually. I'll try and work out how to do that more sensibly at some point. There's an awful lot of settings in here that I've never done anything with. And admittedly, I could put an image on here of, you know, some more interesting things to see in Elite Dangerous, for example. So, because I've been taking this ship out and I've been using it for all sorts of sightseeing missions. I just found this one, for example. A planet composed entirely of flatulence. Don't pretend to understand it, but it was quite a nice little visit. There's many other things here that also aren't endless blackness. Some nice nebulae. All these things I could have shown you that aren't just driving in a straight line for an hour and a half. Some nice nebula. Maybe even some planets. Have I found any particularly interesting planets recently? I guess, kind of. I found this one. Because if you're gonna do a journey like this, you might as well get at least one Earthrise. I haven't actually been that close to Earth, as it happens. Because I was flying the Imperial ship at the time, I would probably be shot quite a lot. Views of incredible sincerity and beauty we have out here. Got a nice eclipse. So that's a nice place to land. I think that's an engineer facility, but I think it's Black Hide. One. I honestly landed there at just the right time. Where else have we been? I've lost OBS. Help! We shouldn't have this many windows open. Oh yes. See if I can find that. See, while I was messing around even some combat zones, I finally, after like 600 hours in this game, found my first battleship. Which was terrifying when I arrived, and then proceeded to float around like some physics-immune, baffling zeppelin. Don't really know what it was planning to do there, but it lasered the hell out of everything around it, so I honestly can't complain too much. Seriously, it wasn't messing around, even if it did sort of float around like a detached balloon. The Imperial Run arrived as well, but they didn't really do quite as much. Nowhere near as interesting. Prettier though, as they often are. So we're closing in now, we've got about 10 minutes left, which is good, because at some point I need to contemplate the idea of food for the first time in about 2 days. Some nice old views out here at least. Enough of that. Well, we have 50 minutes left in the longest journey soundtrack. Will I arrive at Hutton Orbital before that runs out? The timer says I will. I'm less convinced. Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do when I get there. I'm going to land. Oh, paint's starting to fall apart a bit more. Oh, yeah, that's not like that journey. It's kind of a deal though. I like the idea of a really scuzzy looking space bus. They're possibly more worth it when actually close enough to be illuminated by Proxima rather than Alpha. So actually see what the front looks like. Plenty of fuel. I don't know what I was concerned about. "11 minutes left on the soundtrack. It's going to be tight. I think we're going to lose." It's worth noting that Elite Dangerous does in fact have orbital mechanics. So in theory, Proxima is getting very slowly. Is also very slowly orbiting. So I think he haven't been flying in a straight line. Oh, my logo has not enjoyed that. See how the other side looking, but it should be symmetrical. Oh yeah, Galcop logo has not endured this journey well. Barnard's Loop. That's very rich of Barnard, naming a loop after himself. Not one of my favourite space things, which is Hanny's of Orwurp. What's a Volwarp and why is it named after honey? That is a mystery. Though I might stick a photo up here. Because we're still... Oop! That's the wrong setting. Because we're still like 6 minutes out. So that's Hanny's Voorwerp. I don't know how to pronounce it in Dutch. Voorwerp will do. It's a green thing under a galaxy. So as far as I know, it roughly translates as that thing Hanny found. Has a galaxy sneezed? Probably not. What's actually caused it? It's probably a light echo from an exploding from the center of the galaxy, lighting up as a quasar, and a few 100,000 years later, it's died down, but the light is reflecting off of a giant pile of dust nearby. The more you know. Oh, there's an entire class of Voorwerpje. Let's call it things. Fascinating. Yeah, I think they'll run out of soundtrack because we're now 6 minutes out again. Nothing else, it's been very relaxing. Oh, within point not one of a light year. So that's nice. Oh, no, we're still mostly illuminated on the back, I think. We probably haven't entered the Proxima sphere of influence yet. I wonder when, or indeed if, that's going to happen. There's going to be a certain point where the illumination goes to the front of the ship. Well, there's got to be. Well, even super close up, it wouldn't surprise me if Alpha and Beta are still brighter than Proxima. But hey, this side doesn't count. It's being illuminated by the galaxy. Oh yeah. It's not an unreasonable time to do some science. Like, when will it, in fact, become brighter? At the front of my ship than the back. Yep, 3 minutes left of the soundtrack. We're officially going to arrive after the soundtrack ends. So the longest journey soundtrack is in fact inaccurately named. It is in fact only the second longest journey. Oh, that's now positively close. That's like well, that's like this is now merely a badly chosen transport mission. No, there's still better illumination on the back of the ship. Wow, Proxima really is just dim. I really appreciate that, and to drive directly at one. Also, I should now play The Longest Journey. A game that's fantastic, and also well known for its truly god-awful puzzles. So I'll probably play it with a walkthrough. Because, good god, I remember the horrible rubber ducky. That puzzle was nightmarish. And that was like one of the first ones. Oh, nearly. If I miss, I'm going to be... Actually, I'm going to be quite deeply amused. It might just be great after all this journey. Just to miss. Oh, we still write music. It's kind of inevitable, I suppose. So I was saying, yeah, they'll get them. What else do I have here? They'll get the VOD muted. Oh, there's an idea. No, there we go. My favourites are whole music. Ah, this journey is now merely intolerable rather than horrifying. Ah, the front of my ship has finally started to light up. Fantastic. We're now finally close enough that Proxima Centauri is in fact brighter than Alpha. And we're only 4 minutes out after this hour and a bloody half. Oh, we've taken some. Yep, I think work's seen better days. Good. Oh, we've really lost something on the leading edge of the fins there. How's my name tag going? Is this game multiplayer? Technically, yes. Don't expect to find anyone out here. But yeah, you can play with other people, provided you can find them. It's not exactly an MMO. I think the devs aren't particularly fond of the idea of multiplayer actually occurring in the game, and so desperately try to prevent people from caring about it. Despite that, people seem to do it anyway. See, where is my cockpit though? That really bugs me. Oh, good grief! We can now actually make out the orbit. Fantastic. Now I'm actually have to aim. Yep. Stay on target. Stay on target. So I crash into the planet and die. Well, I'll keep Bricker happy at least. That was actually behind the star. Fantastic. No. Proxima's a bit further away. about the size, about 1.5 times the size of Jupiter, for perspective, that star. And this planet is about half the size of the actual planet that might probably be there. Apparently, from what we've seen in the numbers, this planet in-game has 2,500 atmospheres of pure water vapour as an atmosphere. A volcano, looks like a volcano. Lovely. Eden it is not. Well, Eden it is, that's its name, but the metaphor doesn't apply. Oh, thank God. Wasn't that exciting? Well, obviously we're going to have to scan for the mug while we apply for docking clearance. Well, there we go. That was the longest and indeed most pointless journey in all of Elite Dangerous. Now all I have to do is land. Right, this is not an Imperial ship. It doesn't have quite as good sidle engines. Hello, where's my landing pad? I'm going to get a mug. Of course I'm going to get the mug, and I'll probably dump it into a black hole. But the important thing is I'm going to get the mug. My landings are, of course, peerless. It's a pretty pointless journey. I don't think anyone's going to complain. I don't think anyone's going to argue that point. There we go. There is Hutton Orbital. And my now appropriately messed up, battered, bruised, and fairly unhealthy looking. Oh, the poor Galcop logo has been shredded. I missed the entire pier, crashed into the wharf, and ruined the key. Peerless. Well, I suppose before I close the stream down, there's one thing I'm going to have to do then, other than refuel. I'll buy 1 ton of Hutton mugs. What I'm going to do with a ton of Hutton. Actually, while I'm here. They don't have any tea. I guess I'll make a gin then. Let's have. Okay, we'll have 1 ton of mugs and 3 tons of mega gin. Perfection. Right. That's me. I am now going to go off and probably be violently ill for a while. So, ta-ta.